Our next honoree is a leading workplace experience and facility management company. Founded in 1934, ISS Guckenheimer offers workplace dining solutions on a global scale. The company drives the engagement and well-being of people, minimizes impacts on the environment, and protects and maintains property. With just a few employees, that's 350,000 employees, they bring its mission to life through a unique combination of data, insight, and service excellence at offices, factories, airports, hospitals, and other locations across the globe. I promise they are in many facilities all around you. Last year, the forum was deeply honored to collaborate with ISS in a first-of-its-kind program, bringing together experts to develop and pilot an innovative English curriculum specifically customized to enhance career pathways for integrated facilities management workers, which will benefit the industry as a whole. It's worth mentioning that ISS also pays their employees while they take the English language training, an unusual perk that we think shows just how dedicated the company is to enhancing their employees' skills. Programs like this demonstrate how ISS is a trailblazer when it comes to being an inclusive employer for immigrant workers. It is my pleasure to invite Chandra Curley and Joseph Mullins to accept the Keeper of the American Dream Award on behalf of ISS Guckenheimer.
Okay, so that was very emotional. So touching. And we're so grateful to receive this award. I want to say thank you to everyone who has been involved. I have written it down because, my dad's a preacher, and if I don't have my notes, I'll get carried away. It's a true honor and privilege to accept this award on behalf of ISS Guckenheimer. And I won't take much of your time, but I do wish to thank at least 3 groups of people. To the first group, the founders and the originators, must thank Jenny Murray, who birthed this English at Work project, and Anna, I want to say your name properly, Negoescu. Okay. Who's definitely owned it, helped to grow, helped to scale it, and she just makes me look good, actually. Thank you very much for that. She's tirelessly labored to scale this program across our business, and we are going from strength to strength. Last year, I was privileged to meet Mark Espinoza, if he's still here tonight, I'm not sure, from Walmart, and he mentioned that the Walmart Foundation was involved in developing the first retail curriculum. So it's great to know that there were people who were early adopters, who saw the vision, and basically we've just come along to build on that as a company. With the help of Brigitte, okay, I'm going to try your surname too. Suastagi. Okay, I'm trying. You got to try. She's helped to build a brand new curriculum for FM, so that's the first of its kind for facilities management. So we spent a year working together to just get it right. It was a time where we didn't have resources to do it. I did approach my HR company and said, can we do this? They said, no resources. But if you can find a client that can build it with you, then you can do it. And we persevered. We found the client. And so with that, I must also thank the partners that have helped us to make this a success. They're not here tonight, but to Takeda Pharmaceutical, to Google and Riot Games, who have latched onto this program and made it a great success. Without their commitment, we wouldn't have that success. I'm grateful for them. Also to ISS, who have they saw the goodness in this program, decided that we're going to push to give language training on the clock, free of charge to our people. And just to be in any graduation, I always make sure I'm in the graduation, whatever time of day it is. And when you see the smiles on people's faces, when you see how much it's helping them in their job, in the communities, it really fills my bucket. Finally, to my mother, who's not here, my father, who's 84 years old, I'd like to say he's a retired preacher, but he won't stop. Because of my upbringing in a Judeo-Christian context, it means I hear verses in the back of my head all the time. One of them that comes to mind is, "Thou shalt not oppress the stranger, for you know the heart of a stranger, seeing you were strangers in the land of Egypt." That's Exodus 23, verse 9. It's a verse that calls for empathy because you can relate to that feeling. My father was an immigrant from Jamaica to the UK, and I remember stories of how his illusions were shattered, mostly by the climate of fog and damp. And he notes that he actually wrote the Queen. He was so upset. He wrote Queen Elizabeth II and says, "You need to get me on the next plane back to Jamaica." And they actually responded to him nicely, actually, but they never gave him his ticket. He was so angered by what he confronted in terms of the reaction to Jamaicans in the UK that he actually would join the Marcus Garvey movement, which believed that there was no other hope than that we should be taken back to Africa and that there was no other place in the world that would be good for us. His faith eventually triumphed over his fears, and in the year that MLK Jr. was assassinated, he became the pastor of a church which grew to include members and friends from every nationality that you can find in the UK. He dropped his mission to go back to Africa, and to this day has found solace in a place that was first unwelcoming to him. Like this program, he has shown that there are some solutions that are doorways to endless opportunities, and there are some which cap our potential. The gift of language is more than adding competence to improve my client's experience, and more than just preventing the churn that ultimately creates overspend on recruitment and disruption of vital services. Language can make a strange place feel like home. It means I can communicate with my child's teacher, my local doctor, the people at the grocery store. Language gives life. When you provide access to language, you're not just helping the individual make a life for themselves, but you accelerate that entire family's ability to settle in a strange place and allow them to dream of a fresh start with endless possibilities. So I want to thank the National Immigration Forum for really allowing us to be the beneficiaries of such a brilliantly humane and life-giving program. And I hope that we can continue to be part of its growth. Thank you so much.
Who wants to hold it? Will you hold it in the middle? Hold that. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.